Welcome back, guys, to Zero to Hero, the series where we take a brand new account and building on it with 5,000 gems per episode. We're going to build a brand new deck up until we reach King of Games. So in Series 1, Episode 2, we are going to build again on our deck with another 5,000 gems and then proceed to go on to 20 duels and see how we do. So in the first episode, we managed to build a very basic Harpies deck. We won 17 of our 20 duels, but they were through the rookie and the bronze rank, so relatively easy to begin with, but we're going to start proceeding through to the silver rank now, so might see some more challenges, but first let's go into our current standing. Since the last episode, I've been building up on my gem count and my character levels and the world levels as well. So as you can see, I am about 14 days into the new account, I think, something like that, which is the new super rare ticket that we've got there. Always pick the gems, boys. There's nothing else to pick. Okay, so as you can see, I got 999 gems, 999 gems, and then we've got plenty more in our box as well. 6 pages worth, some of them not many, but we have got a couple of 100, 120, for example. So we've got a good gem pile ready to go. So the first thing I wanted to do was to build Mai's level all the way up to 35 so I can get a Harpy Lady 1, and I was able to get a second and third copy from the card trader as well. So level 35 with Mai, I'm level 4 with Tia, level 2 with Joey. I've just unlocked Yugioh, so I haven't done anything with him yet, and then I am level 24 with Seto Kaiba, just so I can start building up some more gems. Ready for the next episode. I've ranked up to level 22 in the world, or stage 22 rather, not rank, and going into the other worlds. I haven't done anything with those again yet, but I have been doing as much challenges as possible just to maximize my gems, and I have been taking part in the KC Cup every day as well for those 50 gems, so you can see my character levels are not so bad. So now we will go on to our deck profile that we did last week, and then into the pack openings. So this was the deck that we rocked in episode 1. It didn't do too bad, in all fairness. It did a bit better than I expected, but it does have its issues as well. Issues that we're going to be punished with later if we don't address it now. Number 1 is consistency, so that is the main thing that I want to address first. I want to get more Harpy Channeler, more Harpy Perfumer, more Harpy Harpist, and another copy of Cyber / Harpy Lady, and then we can mess around with the spells and everything else. So as it stands, I haven't gone into any of the packs, so my total card pool is here in front of you now. It's nothing special. There's no real good cards in there at the moment, other than the Harpy cards that we've unlocked. Everything else is just unlocked by playing the challenges, playing the quizzes, the duels, and the current events. And that is my card pool at the moment. So now we will go over into the pack opening. So what I really want to see is more copies of the Harpy cards, just to add some extra consistency. So we've got a brand new box ready to go. I'm seriously hoping we don't have to max out 5,000 gems this time, because I do intend to potentially go into the Neos structure deck for Neos Fusion, because that can help dump our Harpy Harpist into the graveyard to get a Harpy Channel into our hand ready for the next turn, but also Brave Hero Neos, I think that's his name, is a really good stalling card for our turn 1 plays, because ultimately at the moment our turn 1 is really lackluster because we're just popping our own field spell with Harpy Hunting Ground. So we want to try and give us more of a turn 1 play so that we can absolutely blow up the board come second. So here we go. First 500 gems, first 10 packs. Let's see what we get. Oh, that is a good start. Look at that. Harpy Harpist, Spiritual Wind Art Miyabi, not going to be used, and Fog King. Don't plan on using that. We don't really care about any of the cards. It's all about the super rares and the ultra rares. Next 10 packs. Oh, a good card, but not what we're after at the moment. Next 10. So 1,000 gems in at the moment. Haven't done so bad. We've got 1 extra Harpy. Oh, come on. Dagosso Emerald. We only need 1, so that's just wasted. Don't let me down. We are now 2,000 gems deep. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's not looking good so far. Let's go again. So what's that? We are now 2,500 gems halfway through our allotted 5,000. Are we going to get lucky? Oh my god. No, we are not, is the answer to that. Okay, so we got 2,500 gems left. I really need to get... I want to get another Lightning Vortex as well. Harpy Channeler, Harpy Perfumer, Cyber Slash. Don't give a shit about this card. Okay, let's see how we get on now. Come on. Okay, Harpy Channeler, that's good. Let's mess around with our bulk settings just to make sure we've got it when there are no super rares, when there are no ultra rares. Okay, so we've got 3 cards left, and we've got 2,000 gems left to play with. Jesus Christ, don't fail me now. Jesus, I'm not having much luck. Draco Sack of shit. Okay, we got 1,500 gems left. If we got it all in the next 500, I'd be very happy. But we're not gonna. Oh my god. That is some bullshit. Okay. Next 500, because we really need to get these Cyber Slash and the Channeler. There's just no arguing with it. We need that consistency. Perfumer, thank god. Oh, that is some bullshit. And we've already got the second Channeler. Okay, well, we 100% need Cyber Slash, so let's just go 1 pack at a time now. Skippity-doo, skippity-doo. Well, that's my dreams of getting the Neo Structure deck out the window this week. I was really looking forward to that, but bugger it. Don't tell me it's going to be the last card in the pack. If this has ever happened to you, let me know in the chat, because I know I'm not the only one this has happened to. This is crazy. Oh my god. Ah, fuck you, it doesn't matter now. Yay, yippee, piss off. 3 more packs. We're just going for that extra. Oh, look at this bullshit. Come on. Yay. Okay, right, so the pack's reset. We got 50 gems left. I think just for the fun of it, we are going to go into Photon Galaxy, because there's some really good utility cards. So Malevolent Sin, Steel Swarm Roach, and where are you? There you are, Abyss Dweller. These 3 cards are really good for our extra deck. We've only got 50 gems left. Let's just see what happens. Are we going to be lucky? No, we are not. I'm just going to ruin it now, because I just know it's not going to happen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, on to deck building. Just for banter, I think I'm also going to get head judging, because I think this could steal a couple of games and probably cheese off a couple of people. So here's the deck list. We've got 2 Harpy Channeler, 2 Harpy Harpist, 2 Harpy Perfumer, 3 Harpy Lady 1, 1 Forbidden Lance, 2 Lightning Vortex, 1 Forbidden Chalice, 1 Enemy Controller, 1 Hysteric Sign, 1 Harpy's Feather Rest, 2 Elegant Egotist, 1 Head Judging, 1 Windstorm of Atakwa, and then in the extra deck we have 2 Cyber Slash Harpy Lady. You can ignore this because we can't go into it. 2 Dagusto Emerald, and 1 Steel Swarm Roach. So that is our deck. It's still very consistent. Well, in fact, it's more consistent than last time, because now we've got more ways to summon out monsters and get into Cyber Slash Harpy Lady. And now we will go over into our 20 duels. Thanks to the changes we've made to the Harpy deck, although we run less Elegant Egotist, we're still actually able to get it out through 7 different means. So we've got Harpy Channeler going into Perfumer, or we can just normal summon Perfumer, and that gets Elegant Egotist. So although we're only playing 2 copies now instead of 3, we're still able to see it just as often. So although we run a lot more one-offs in the deck, we actually have much more room for them because the deck is just so consistent now. So out of 20 duels, I only bricked once. So that just goes to show how consistent the deck is. Now, I would like to get a 3rd channeler, to be honest, but I would like to also go into other options. So I'm thinking more utility in the extra deck, maybe Malevolent Sin and Abyss Dweller. And then I would potentially probably be looking to either get the Neos engine and maybe Treacherous Trap Hole. And I think, to be honest with you, we wouldn't be far off pretty much completing the deck. I'm a little bit unsure about the Neos engine because I can only get one of the spells. Because I'm doing this as free to play, I can't really get another copy because I've already used my SR Dream ticket. So being able to only get one Neos Fusion kind of defeats the object of what we're trying to achieve by including that engine within the deck. So probably not going to be using that. So as you can see, I was able to OTK quite a lot out of the 20 duels that we had. About 15 of them resulted in 1-turn kills. So that may have been that I set a monster first turn, and then on my second turn I was able to push through their boards and just OTK them. So in this matchup here with Yugioh, this is one I was a little bit concerned about, but fortunately I was able to open Chalice, and that just negates a monster, and then you can push through for the OTK on the following turn. As you can see there, or maybe not an OTK, but being able to finish them off quite nicely, thank God, because Yugioh is an absolute pain to face. So this time I was a little bit surprised. I only faced 3 Blue Eyes decks, and I was able to beat them all. But I think as we get into Platinum and Legend rank, we're probably going to be facing Blue Eyes pretty much every other case. So it's a hard matchup, I'm not going to lie, but it's just one of the ones that we got to be prepared for. Harpy Lady 1 does put in a lot of work, as you can see there, being able to get the 3200 attack for the Cyber Slash. And so it will be super important to kind of make sure that we're regularly getting that over 3200, which is why I'm considering running the skill Ties That Binds, so I'm able to push a little bit further. Now this match was really interesting, actually, a Cubic. Now I really like the Cubic archetype, purely by design. They're not very good, but in this instance I think I made a few mistakes which kind of resulted in him being able to clog up his board with rejams, and at this point then I find it very difficult to out the rejams because I bloody discarded my Lightning Vortex to use Lightning Vortex, which was an absolute massive mistake. And as you can see, I get punished. I just get burned, 800, another Gay Regile, and then burned again, and finally the Vulcan Dragny, the Cubic King, and just burns me for the final 800. So it was one of those duels I didn't mind losing because I like the Cubic deck so much, but it did hurt just a little bit. So as you can see there, perfect example, your opponent sets 1 card and you're able to just push through it and bounce that card back to the hand, and then you've got an OTK, provided they don't have anything in hand, which a lot of times they really don't. So I'm not sure what rank we are at the moment, but we will find out after this one, because I'm struggling to remember what I lost to. It was Cubic and there was another deck. So out of 20 duels we only lost 2, so 18 wins. Now last week we had 17 wins, which is very good, but again we're still in the lower ranks, so a lot of it is, I don't want to say that it's too easy, but at the same time there's not much challenge within a lot of the decks that you face, because a lot of people in the lower ranks are either inexperienced or they don't have the cards, so their decks, sometimes you look at them, they don't really make sense, they don't synergize very well, they kind of contradict each other and what they're trying to achieve. But you know, we've all been there. When I started, I didn't have a clue. I just thought that running as many powerful cards as you could in a deck just made it good, but I soon realized that that is just not the case. So there we go. The reason this Harpy deck is performing so well is just so tight, so consistent, and there's just a lot of synergy within the cards. You've got all the Harpy cards, Elegant Egotist, Harpies, Feather Rest, I think they're called, the continuous spell that gets Arrogant Egotist into your hand. That's not a bad card. I don't think it's really worth running more than one at this point in time, and if I had another utility card, maybe another tech card, I'd probably run that over it instead, because the deck feels really consistent. As I said, I only bricked once, so 19 times I opened with a playable hand. Not the optimal hand, don't get me wrong, but a playable hand nonetheless, which was really good. So I don't think I need to add to the consistency all that much just yet. But I do think in future, once we've kind of got our utility cards, our tech cards, I'm probably going to push the consistency as much as I can and get that third channeler, third perfumer. And currently, as I'm recording this video, we've got that new event out, the Tag Duel event, and we've got Harpy Oracle, which is a really, really interesting card because it helps you recur the Harpy's Hunting Ground when you destroy it on the first turn. So that card I definitely think is going to be seeing its way into the deck next week. I'm really excited to play that because going first, this deck just it basically collapses on itself, because if you destroy Harpy's Hunting Ground, there's no way to get it back, and then if your opponent has a lot of back row, you're in a lot of trouble. Being able to push through a lot of back row is very difficult without Harpy's Hunting Ground, because you're just bound to get disrupted, and if you do get disrupted, you're pretty much in a losing position. So being able to recur it with Harpy Oracle is going to be a great change. I'm really looking forward to getting that. I do have a copy at the moment at the time of recording this, but I haven't included it because of just a schedule which I filmed it. So a couple of positives to go through. Going second, this deck can OTK, can break through back row, no problem at all. It's really consistent. You know, there's just no problems getting into Cyber / Harpy Lady pretty much in every single game. Steel Swarm Roach did pull in a little bit of work, nothing too much, and it's just a placeholder until I can get some better utility cards. I think Abyss Dweller and Malevolent Sin and even Diamond Direwolf are probably going to be the best tech options that we're going to run in the extra deck, so I'm looking forward to getting those. Diamond Direwolf will be good because you don't have to pop itself to destroy an opponent's card, so you might be able to get 2 pops out of it if it can survive the turn. Malevolent Sin is just another way to get a monster off board, and Abyss Dweller will shut down the Blue Eyes deck, and I think that is where we need to focus our attention. Obviously we got Dark Lord and Stick Chair that we need to think about as well, but that deck is super, super powerful. So it's, you know, I think we've got the cards in our deck that we need to beat it, but we're not going to know until we actually face it, and I haven't come across any of them yet. I haven't really noticed any trends that I've been playing against at the moment. It's a bit of a mixed match. You know, sometimes you'll see a Blue Eyes deck that has Blue Eyes cards in it, but then also a bunch of other cards that don't really make sense. So there's no sort of real trend down in these ranks. So I just hit gold 1 there. So I believe we're on duel 18 now. So we've done 17, we've lost once, and there's another Blue Eyes deck, as you can see. So there we go. As soon as they start setting 2 when we go second, we're just going to be dismantling their back row, and then we're going to bounce that monster back to the hand and OTK. It's as simple as that. There's no way they can really stop this unless they have Sphere Karibo or anything in hand that's going to stop it, but I just don't think they do, and you can see there that they don't. So 18 wins, 2 losses, OTK 15 times. We only bricked once, which is fantastic. Only faced 3 Blue Eyes decks, really, and we beat them all, which is good. Now, this was one of the harder matchups, Shiranui. Now, Shiranui was a deck that was just super powerful back when it wasn't limited to all hell, but even now, as you can see, it still can do some pretty damaging stuff. He was just flexing at this point because he had lethal on board, but he just wanted to go into Onimaru and get that 6k damage in, which was a mistake on his behalf if I had something like Sphere Karibo in hand, but he probably knew that I didn't have it. I'm guessing that at least anyway. So a couple of negatives about the deck. It is very linear. Going first, you destroy your Harpy's Hunting Ground, which isn't great, but that's really it. The weakness of this deck is going first, so maybe I could run some more back row cards, but I would need to get them, so some discard traps might be useful, but we shall wait and see. So we'll go over to the results now, just to reiterate and what our plan is next week. So here we are back with the deck list now. So 20 duels, 18 wins, 2 losses, 15 OTKs. bricked once, which is fantastic. I'm really happy with the consistency of the deck, and we faced 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons and we were able to beat them every time. I do expect that we're going to see a lot more Blue Eyes White Dragons as we start flying through the ranks, but that's what I'm sort of gearing my deck for at the moment. So the cards I'm going to be looking for in the next episode are Abyss Dweller and Malevolent Sin. We've already got Steel Swarm Roach from this pack, which is great, and it's a mini box, so we should be able to we will be able to go through the pack once if we need to, and they are the only 2 cards that we are really after at the moment. We might be able to have a look at Pill Operative, I think that's how you say it, which could be quite useful, but I'm not entirely fussed on that card. It's just something that we may use if we don't have anything else. And we will also look to get Treacherous Trap Hole, and that is in the Visions of Ice mini box. There is nothing else in this pack that we want, but Treacherous Trap Hole is just so powerful. I had considered going into the Neo Structure Deck EX purely to obtain the Neos Fusion and the Elemental Hero Brave Neos, but because I'm only able to obtain 1 Neos Fusion card, I just don't think it's really worth running at the moment, although it is a great card for going first. Because I'm doing this as a free-to-play sort of series, I just can't get a second copy because I've already used my super rare dream ticket, and I definitely wouldn't use it on this. So I'm not going to be going into this, and I also have considered going into Aerial Assault as well, and this is only for Swallow's Nest because this is such a good card in the Harpy deck, but because it's a main box, it's going to take a lot of gems just to obtain 2 copies, and it could take me 2 full run-throughs to get those, and I'm just a little bit unsure as to whether I want to go for that at the moment. I think I want to prioritize the other cards first, but that is it for this week's episode. Let me know what other cards you think I should obtain, and I will see you next week. Peace.